What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Migmatisgolf, channel dedicated to stuff slightly outside the box. We try and give you just some different stuff, different ways of thinking about the golf swing. I know a lot of people out there like me, they've taken conventional lessons, they're not getting any better. And you know, I think there is some benefit in just thinking a bit outside the box, trying different stuff that might be a bit goofy but might just work for you. So today is all about a term or a feel in golf that I struggled with a lot when I started playing golf. I was a soccer player, football player growing up, and unlike American sports, nothing in soccer really relates to golf. The only thing is probably just the curve on the ball, okay? If somebody said bend the ball around the wall that way or that way, well, it's the same as a draw or a fade. I can relate to all of that. Put backspin on a soccer ball. So using your foot a bit like the head of the club, that is similar, but apart from that, the way the body moves, weight shift, rotation, it's all very different. That's why, you know, I play golf with a lot of Americans who grew up playing baseball, hockey, even football, and they all, you know, they all progress much faster than I did at golf, just because they're used to in most American sports making the weight shift, rotating for power, all that kind of stuff. Baseball, very similar to golf, just on a different plane. So anyway, they have a lot of stuff they can relate. So that was just a little precursor to what I'm going to talk about. In golf, everybody says, or you go for lessons and they say you need to load into your right side before you can transfer your weight to create power. Load into your right side. Well, how do you get the feeling of doing that? It's very difficult to get that feeling, because essentially what you're doing is you're engaging, for a right-handed golfer, you're engaging your right glute. This is a massive muscle here. You're kind of engaging all of this, storing the power there to be able to shift, to be able to kind of shift into the ground, use the ground as resistance, and then generate power. And they teach you a few different ways, you know, to feel that. They get you doing this drill, they get you like sitting down into your right hip. But I just wanted to find something else, something that I felt gave me a bit more feeling. And I came up with this, y'all. Grab your golf club. I've got a 6-iron here. Grab it, and I want you to hold it almost at the top, sorry, at the bottom, almost towards the bottom end of the shaft. So I'd say I've got about a hand's width there from the bottom. And I want you to place the grip of the club right on top, just below your belt line, right on top of that right hip, and just set up normally. Now this does two things. One, it gives you the feeling of like pushing that right hip down and around to load it, so you're keeping flex in your right leg. So you kind of like pulling the club in towards you, like trying to stab yourself in the hip. Pulling it up, and it will just automatically move that hip the right way around. But also what it does, it gets you used to doing nothing with the arms as that happens. So if you're at a dress, you see a lot of people do this, you know, like this, but really you're stabbing yourself in that hip and you're doing virtually nothing with the hands. That's like that, you know, one-piece takeaway that everybody talks about. I'm not doing anything with my arms and hands. I'm just pushing that hip back down like that. So from face on, just below the belt line, on the top of the hip there, grab the club at the bottom towards the club head and just try and stab yourself in the hip, and that will just pull that hip down. You'll feel weight go into the heel of your right foot, and your glute, your right glute, engage. That is basically the feeling that you want. Very simply. So try that. I'm sure it will give you the feeling of what your right side needs to do in the backswing if you've been struggling to get that feeling other ways. That's it. Please comment on the drill if you like it or not, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tell all your friends about it, all that good stuff. Once again, Migmatisgolf is all about different stuff you're not going to get at your local pro or in the magazines and all that malarkey. If you're not getting better with all that stuff, this is the place for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon with another tips and tricks video. Take care.